And unfortunately, in a lot of cases, scenes leave beautiful pictures. So you're saying that you didn't go to church any day on Sunday and you don't know of any services on Thursday, but that brings up the very curious question as to what the hell you were doing at a church in Paleto yesterday. Because I know you were there, Valentina.
I wasn't there.
No? Then can you explain to me why my officers recovered a shell casing that had your DNA all over it, ma'am? Still hot and expended.
I think you're mistaken.
I wish I was, Valentina. Because the other fact of the matter is that that shell casing wasn't the only thing up there. And before I really continue with this, I strongly suggest that if there is anything that you're leaving out, that you definitely don't continue to do that going forward. Can't help you if you don't help me. You know how this works.
Look, you've probably figured it out that I'm a very straightforward person. So why don't you just cut to the chase with what you want to ask me?
Did you meet up with old world guy Venyetti with the E at that church yesterday, ma'am?
I told you I wasn't at a church yesterday.
Well, he was. He never left that church alive. He was left dead there, shot and burned. Hell, a church almost went down with him. You don't know anything about that, Valentina?
How
Nothing
could
at
I?
all. I think you do. Seeing as your shotgun shell casing with your DNA forensics on it was left there, able to run it back with our system here, and it came back as a beautiful match of those fingerprints we have on file of you.
Is that right?
It is, ma'am.
Hmm.
It's actually why at this point I need to inform you there's a warrant for your arrest.
Oh, is there?
There is.
Okay. I mean, I'm here. We can keep talking, but, or you can arrest me, but I wasn't at that church. And, as far as the scene you're painting for me, would you say, how he didn't leave? You really think that's my
Mm-hmm.
style? You see, I've supplied a lot of people with bullets and guns and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm more of a whenever I do things like that, I'm more of a poetic. You know what I mean? Like Jace. Take him out. Let him see a sunset. Talk to him, share some good times, then shoot him.
Mm-hmm. You're pretty poetic. I mean, this guy shot in the back with a shotgun, burned to death. A pretty brutal way to go. Pretty personal way to go. Almost as personal as something that got left on his person. You mind if I read something to you?
Sure.
Thankfully, the corpse wasn't completely burnt to a crisp, and we were able to recover this from one of his pockets. This letter is for Lucky Vignetti. You sent me here to start this family, to lead it right and protect it. But you second guessed my choices every step of the way. You never respected me or my brother. You only cared about the name we all carried. You never loved us. You just wanted us to carry your image. And then you send this man, Antonio Venyetti, here to strip of us our name. In the process, he killed Jace. He almost killed Enzo. And for that, he must pay. I've heard that before. I'm aware this is me breaking my oath. I don't care. I'm no longer a Vignetti. I'm my own person now. I've also heard that before. Freed with this man's blood, I will always remember this name and carry its bond with me. A little bit more, hold on. But I am done. The hat appreciates your whisper. You do a lot of whispering to Antonio, Valentina? Lucky? You told me he was the point of contact, right?
I didn't. I told you Enzo was the point of contact.
Who Lucky whispered to?
No one. That letter, though. Seems like somebody was very unhappy, but problem is, I wouldn't give up my name for anything.
I know your name's your name, but Shep and Valentina. Much as you've lost, much as you've already done and said that you've needed to do, I don't really anticipate you thinking anyone was going to stop you, even people from the old world. So then they disrespect you by sending one over here and telling you that everything that you've worked hard for, blooded, sweated, shedded tears, completely garbage. And he tries to kill your people. It's not something that I see someone like you in your stature, at your level, with your ideals letting slide. And in this instance, between the shell casing with your DNA forensics on it, between the letter found, which a lot of which we've spoken and you've made mention about certain things similar to in our conversation before I read it to you. Not adding up well, Valentina. Motives there, DNA's there, even a beautifully written letter. I'm a bit of a poet myself, so I'll give credit to where credit's due. I don't disagree with the reasoning, but I obviously in my post have to disagree with the action, which is why at this point I need to inform you that you are going to be charged accordingly for the murder of that individual that I mentioned. Your warrant itself is going to be for the following charges. For the murder of Antonio Venyetti, the charges are as follows: first degree murder, mayhem, unlawful possession of a firearm, and 1 count of arson. This carries with it a max fine of $9,950, and it is a hold until trial sentence, which means you will have to go before a judge and plead your case. Have you any questions on what I've said so far with all that?
No. No questions.
Okay. Now, my question for you that I do need to ask, because it is the process, is for those charges I've listed, how do you choose to plead to them?
Not guilty. I didn't do it. Like I told
Not
you.
guilty? Okay. So I will indicate that you're pleading not guilty. They will, you'll need to speak with a lawyer, which I think there's a couple more that have been rolling around recently. So you should be able to find some good representation. The public defender's office will be your best course of action. I would highly recommend you go through them. Don't try and self-represent.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions on any of that?
Will they get in contact with me?
I'm going to reach out to the AG's office right now. So the AG's office will be in contact with you, and they will get you kind of square on the next couple steps on how to get a public defender, get a representation towards you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but let me step out for a moment. Do you have food and water? Are you situated on that right now?
I am.
Okay. So just give me about 2 minutes, and I'll be right back in here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Valentina. I'm all situated with the paperwork. The process here now is you will be transported up to DOC. You'll be held there until the day of your trial, which then your representation will plead your case, and if you are found not guilty, then you'll get compensated for the allotted time that you're up in DOC. If you're found guilty, then they'll give you a sentencing based off of the charges. Yeah, I have to make you aware that since one of them is a capital offense, they are very severe potential ramifications and punishments. So definitely speak with your legal representation, and the AG's office will be in contact with you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do you have any questions for me? Is there anything you need me to do for you at this point, or anyone you want me to reach out to for you?
No. Well, yeah. I was just here to get his body released for a fucking funeral. And
Mm-hmm.
so what happens to his body now? Is it just gonna sit there and rot, or is it gonna get released to somebody else? Can I give
If
permission?
you can, we can get in contact with the pillbox medical staff. You can post with them, and I'll speak with someone to maybe see if there's some manner of either preservation or um, someone else that can get released to, so that the service can be done.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not wanting to step on all of that. I understand, what you're trying to do, but unfortunately for you, there's probable cause for this arrest, and I can't just let you walk out of here when there's a capital offense. If it was something minor, I could be more lenient, but my hands are very much tied since there's a capital offense that's been cited as one of the charges.
Mm-hmm. Probable cause, though. Even though I didn't do it, but okay, sure, sure. Dazzler, what's your PO?
XP. Do you have a paper? Do you need a paper?
I got a good memory, Dazzler.
Okay. XP 625.
Okay.
All right. Well, Valentina, it's always a pleasure. We're sure we're under better circumstances, but I do wish you good luck and the best.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. I wish you good luck too.
All right. You got any other questions, or are you set to get sent up?
You can send me.
Alrighty, man.